The Breeders' Cup Classic races this week, and it looks like it's going to be a very interesting race given some of the horses that are in this race. It's one of the races that is a really good indicator of who may be the horse of the year, considering it takes into account all of the age brackets, and it's a very good race with very good horses in it. The prize money is 6 million, which is the most lucrative race in the US, given that it has the most prize money. It's more than the Kentucky Derby, even though it is generally seen that the Kentucky Derby is a more prestigious race. So who's in the field? Now, I've taken the odds that are available right now, but you'll see here the favourite in the field is FlightLine, who is an absolutely awesome horse. And just behind it are three horses that do have a chance, which is Life is Good, EpiCentre and Tobar. Now, the odds for those are getting up there at $6, $7 and $9, and I've put in the American odds there for the American audience. Now, after that, the only one which is really worth commenting on is Rich Strike, who was a long shot winner in the Kentucky and would need to again be a long shot winner in this race to actually make it be the best horse of the year. But it's going to be very hard with FlightLine being such a good rated horse. So if we have a look at the speed ratings from this race, firstly, let's have a look at the previous 10 years. The lowest winning rating was 105. The highest winning rating so far has been 120. And 6 of the last 10 years have needed to be at least 112, which we only have 3 horses above that. And if we look at 90%, so 9 out of the 10 years have been won by a horse with 108 or higher. And we're only looking at about 6 horses that have that kind of rating. So I'm very willing to risk Rich Strike, Happy Saver and Cyberknife and lay those off on the betting exchange to make money on those. But realistically, if you're not working with a betting exchange, I do have a way of betting this race, which is that you need to be backing FlightLine at that $1.60. That is awesome value in this race. There's really only 3 contenders in this race, being FlightLine, Life is Good and EpiCentre. Now I would hedge on Life is Good and EpiCentre to just ensure that if there is an upset, you're going to have one of those horses which do the upset. But given that FlightLine is rating up around 126 on the Bayer ratings, speed ratings, and the others are only back at 112. FlightLine is probably going to pull back a little bit on that rating from 126. It's a rating that's obviously spiked, and he may drop back into the 118 to maybe even 116 if he's lucky, but the other 2 are going to have to put in significant PBs in order to get above him. So FlightLine will need to stop returning PBs, and given he hasn't lost up until this point and he's 5 from 5, I don't see that happening. But Life is Good has done 9 out of 11, which is fairly good. And EpiCentre did have a very good win in the Grade 1 Travers, where he basically led the field. So it will be very interesting. Now, the reason that EpiCentre isn't such a great bet here and why he's out at $7 is it's very hard for someone to win the Travers and the BC Classic. It's only been accomplished once previously, and so That's why he's out at the $7. And FlightLine is beyond a doubt the horse that you want to be backing here. It is by far the top horse. So if, let's say you had $100 that you were going to stake on this race, I'm saying put $66 of that onto FlightLine and put 33 on Life is Good and 33 on EpiCentre. That's pretty much it for the Classic. So hopefully you enjoy the race and hopefully you get a bet on that wins. Thanks.